Some crimes are complicated like spider web. Never be solved. Maybe forever. Ever. Coming up, top 10 unsolved heists. Stay tuned. Hello everyone. This is AWZ. Welcome to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Enjoy. Top 10 unsolved heists. The 221-pound Big Maple Leaf is Canada's heaviest gold coin. The 21-inch broad, 1-inch thick coin was stolen on March 27, 2017 from Berlin's Bode Museum. Police don't know how the crooks did it. The coin's face value is 1 million Canadian dollars, or roughly $750,000, but its gold content is worth $4.5 million. Police say thieves climbed a ladder to break into a window over railway tracks at 3:30 a.m. when trains stopped running. From there, they had to bust through bulletproof glass, carry the currency through the museum, up a flight of stairs, and out the window, the New York Times reported. The crime made us recall of prior robberies where crooks made off with valuables or cash. While it's too soon to tell if the Berlin coin robbery will go down in history, it's an exciting crime caper. One, the Boston Museum heist. On March 18, 1990, two individuals dressed as police officers entered the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston. Once inside, they handcuffed both guards and locked them in the basement. No one knows who committed the largest private property heist in history or where they buried the things. Empty frames hang at the museum to keep stolen art. The Gardner Museum is offering a $5 million reward for their safe return. 2. Tucker Cross robbery. Teddy Tucker uncovered this 22-karat gold and emerald crucifix amid the wreckage of the San Pedro, a Spanish ship that sank near the Florida Keys in 1594. He transported it home and sold it to Bermuda, where he and his wife ran a museum. Before Queen Elizabeth II's 1975 visit, the cross was stolen and replaced with a cheap imitation. Authorities don't know who stole the crucifix or where it is now. 3. Antwerp heist. In February 2003, a $100 million diamond heist occurred at Belgium's Antwerp World Diamond Center, AWDC. According to USNWR, the School of Turin broke into the Antwerp Diamond Center's underground vault, which was safeguarded by infrared heat detectors, sophisticated locks, and 8 other layers of protection. The group plundered 123 of the vault's 160 safes without setting off any alarms or leaving any traces of forced entry. Security didn't notice until the next day. Leonardo Notarbartolo, a career thief, was convicted and paroled as the ringleader. Before the robbery, he rented an office in the AWDC and utilized it to access the bank vault. He never revealed his collaborators or diamond location. 4. Plymouth Mail Truck heist. A team of crooks masquerading as police officers and equipped with firearms assaulted a mail truck in August 1962. Using phony highway employees and traffic diversions, the men stole $1.5 million in smaller bills in the greatest cash robbery in history. Blindfolded, shackled, and gagged postal workers were loaded into a vehicle. Authorities suspect there were 6 individuals who stole the truck and left the mailman inside. The money was never recovered from the remaining defendants. 5. D.B. Cooper's plane. D.B. Cooper hijacked Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305 in November 1971. Cooper told a flight attendant 30 minutes after departure he had explosives and requested $200,000 for parachutes and a refueling truck. After the jet arrived, Cooper's requirements were satisfied, and he took off with a pilot and a few crew members for Mexico City. Cooper didn't plan to finish the trip. He leapt from 10,000 feet 30 minutes after taking off from Seattle-Tacoma. The FBI has examined thousands of suspects in America's sole unsolved skyjacking. No loot from arrests, prosecutions. In 5 robberies, individuals were arrested and prosecuted, but the stolen goods were never recovered. Authorities believe cash or diamonds may never be retrieved. 6. Fortaleza, Brazil bank robbery. Guinness Book of World Records called this the biggest bank robbery until 2007. A group of men rented a house and posed as a landscape company in Fortaleza, Brazil, in 2005. They dug a 256-foot-long, 13-foot below street level tunnel from their office to the bank. A tip from a bank employee let them bypass or disable the bank sensors over a weekend in August. From there, they blasted through 4 feet of steel-reinforced concrete to reach the vault and took 5 containers holding $70 million in reals, Brazilian currency. Bank staff didn't know what transpired until Monday. Then, the robbers escaped. 2 blunders doomed them. Except for one lapse, they almost succeeded. A gang member acquired 10 cars with cash the next day in a disadvantaged district of Brazil. Inside 3 of the autos, cops found bundles of 50 genuine notes. 30 persons were suspected of participating in the heist, 26 were jailed, and a few escaped. Only $8 million was recovered, making this Brazil's largest theft. '7. English train robbery. On August 8, 1963, 15 robbers stopped a Glasgow to London train on the Bredigo Railway Bridge in Buckinghamshire. The bandits didn't have guns, but they battered the train driver and stole £2.6 million, about $61 million today. Police found their hideout and used the evidence to prosecute most of the group. Never recovered. Ringleaders were sentenced to 30 years in prison, including Ronald Arthur Ronnie Biggs, who later escaped, and Bruce Napoleon Reynolds, who worked as a consultant for Movie Buster 1988 and authored the autobiography of a thief in 1995. 8. Los Angeles' Dunbar robbery. 6 men stole $18.9 million from a Los Angeles armored truck depot in 1997. Their evening began with an alibi-establishing home party in Long Beach. They snuck out, dressed into dark clothes, and drove to the depot after midnight. They tied up the few workers and had them lie face down. Armed robbers shattered padlocks on cash-filled metal cages using bolt cutters. Most of the money was $20 bills for Los Angeles ATMs. The criminals loaded the money into metal carts, which they pushed to the loading dock and dumped into a U-Haul vehicle. Before leaving, they damaged the depot's security cameras and took the tapes. Their U-Haul doomed them. The FBI connected a taillight lens found at the scene to the leased U-Haul. Alan Pace III, the mastermind, was a former Dunbar security officer, prosecutors claimed. He and 4 others were convicted. Authorities recovered $5 million in homes, automobiles, and other goods, but the remaining $10 million was never found. 9. British Brinksmat robbery. Six masked men raided a Brinksmat warehouse at Heathrow Airport on November 26, 1983. The burglars knew the warehouse vault had $3 million because of inside aid. They didn't know where the vault housed 7,000 gold bars, almost 3 tons. Armed guys tied up guards and poured gasoline on them, threatening to ignite a match if they didn't give away the vault keys and codes. Thieves piled riches into a van and fled, but they weren't free for long. Anthony Black was swiftly implicated and betrayed his buddies. Mickey McAvoy, another not-so-smart thief, reportedly used his cut to buy a house and 2 protection dogs. He and Black's brother-in-law, Brian Robinson, got 25 years. Most gold was never retrieved. 10. Harwin Heist. Four men dressed as ladies robbed the luxury Harry Winston jewelry store in Paris at gunpoint in 2008. They seized practically every item of jewelry on display and 2 storage cases in the back. It was the largest jewel heist in France and one of the world's largest. The robbers knew where top-secret storage boxes were and called personnel by their first names, The Guardian says. French media called it the heist of the century. Douati Yahiaoui, the alleged mastermind, was sentenced to 15 years in prison, while others got as little as 9 months. Police retrieved $19 million worth of jewelry from the theft in a Parisian drain, but much of the booty has never been recovered. Which one is more complicated heist in your opinion? Drop it on the comments section. This is all for now. Check out other videos on our channel. Enjoy.